Hello and good evening to our sir. I am from Group 1, so this is our group member. I am Muhammad Hafiz bin Amri. Student ID is MH19004. I am presenting for introduction for energy efficient vehicle for assignment 1 of a BMA 4513. So, I will begin with how EEV started. So Malaysia has successfully built its own EEVs since 2014, beginning with the Produa Axia. Following this success, two further models, the Produa Beza and Produa Myvi, were released in late 2017. These vehicles are classified as EEVs because to their eco-driving mode, low fuel consumption, and low CO2 emissions. However, the EU has mandated that CO2 emissions be decreased from 130 gram per kilometer to 95 gram per kilometer by 2021. So EEV stand for energy efficient vehicles, which is by meaning it should meet a set of specification for CO2 emission and the fuel consumption are classified as EEV. Energy efficient vehicles are a type of green transportation that reduces CO2 emission and eliminate the need for fossil fuel. Malaysia, as an oil-producing country, has to conserve resources and diversify its reliance on a fuel combustion engine and their hazardous emissions. Malaysia has established EEV production targets and implemented many measures to minimize greenhouse gas emissions while satisfying the expanding energy demands of the transportation sector. So the importance of EEV first is a fuel economy. We are able to reduce for fuel costs because of the high efficiency of electric drive components. Second is we are able to clean up planet Earth. We reduce smoke pollution around you right now, while also lowering greenhouse gas emissions. Lastly is able to increase energy sustainability. Cutting less on oil in automobile with our scientists more time to develop renewable alternatives that have higher fuel economy and lower environmental danger. That's all for me. Thank you.
A very good morning, a very good day and good afternoon to Sir Devarajan. I am Wong Kin Yang, MH19008, and I will be talking about our selected model for our EEV, which is the Produa Beza 1.0G. And as we can see on the screen here, this is a metallic silver model Beza. Okay, next one. Thank you. And here are the drawing as well as the dimensions for our EEV. We can see that you can see the front and rear view of the vehicle as well as the side view. From the side view, you can see that the Beza has a total length of 4,150 millimeters, a wheelbase of 2,455 millimeters, a height of 1,510 millimeters, and a width of 1,620 millimeters. Next. Next slide. Okay, thank you. And here we have arrived at the specifications of our model. The engine is a 1KR VE engine, which has a displacement of 998 cubic centimeters with a total of 3 cylinders. It is a 4-speed automatic transmission vehicle, and what makes this vehicle count as an EEV is its fuel consumption. With a curb weight of 880 kilograms, and a fuel consumption of 4.7 liters per 100 kilometers, it is well within the specified limits of 5 liters consumed per 100 kilometers for a curb weight of 801 to 1,000 kilograms. The car is a front-wheel drive vehicle, naturally aspirated engine with a compression ratio of 11.5 to 1. It also has a fuel tank with a capacity of 36 liters and tires of size 14 inches. That is all from me. Thank you.
Hello and greetings to Dr. Devarajan. My name is Wanik Mazim Bewazli. My student ID is MH19011. Okay, I will be presenting the model to be selected as and to be considered as non-EEV. So to prove that our vehicle is EEV, we need to compare with a non-EEV, and the selected model is a Proton Preve Turbo CFE, as you can see as illustrated in the slide. Next. So this is the drawing and dimension of the non-EEV. From the drawing, we can see the height of the Preve Turbo CFE is 152 mm and the width of the vehicle is 1786 mm and the wheelbase is 2650 mm and 4543 representing the length, the total length of the vehicle. Next. So this is the specifications of the Proton Preve. So the engine displacement is 1561 cubic centimeter and the cylinder is 4 cylinder. The engine used is a Kempro CFE. The fuel consumption is 6.6 liter per 100 kilometer and the transmission is 5-speed automatic transmission. The curb weight is 1305 kilogram and the compression ratio is 10 to 1. The fuel tank capacity is 50 liter and the aspiration used is a forced induction, which is the turbocharger, and then the drivetrain is front wheel drive. Next. So this is the comparison between the spec as mentioned earlier. So as we can observe from the fuel consumption, the Beza 1.0G is under the limit of 5 per 100 kilometer for the weight of 801 to 1000 kilogram vehicle. The estimated distance the vehicle can cover per liter of fuel is to 21.3 kilometer. Therefore, it is classified as an EEV. And the most obvious distinction between these two vehicles is that Prodo Beza is only utilizing 3 cylinder compared to the Proton Preve. So it will give various advantages such as roomier interior due to the smaller engine size. Once the engine bay becomes smaller, then the manufacturer can focus more on making the interior vehicle roomier. Then the fuel efficiency will absolutely differ from a 4-cylinder engine in a better way. There are two factors that will affect the fuel efficiency, such as for 3-cylinder engine, the reduction of frictional losses and the weight will be obvious. Then the fuel tank size of Prodo Beza compared to Proton Preve, where Prodo Beza is a little bit smaller, so it will reduce the payload of the vehicle, and then the Prodo Beza will be considered more suitable as an EEV. And when we compare to the aspiration of both vehicles, Prodo Beza using a naturally aspirated engine, so the fuel consumption will be lower compared to a turbocharger engine that is utilized by Preve CFE Turbo. Next. Then I will hand over to my friend for next chapter. Thank you.
Hi, a very good day to everyone. So today I'm going to explain the concept of NAP. NAP is known as National Automotive Policy. NAP aims to transform the automotive industry in Malaysia as one of the major forces behind our economy. The NAP 2020 is an enhancement of NAP 2014, aiming to make Malaysia a regional leader in manufacturing, engineering, and technology, as well as to ensure sustainable development of the local automotive industry. Next slide. The NAP objectives are to establish Malaysia as the EEV region's primary automotive hub and to promote the steady expansion of value-added activities whilst ensuring ongoing local capability development, and last but not least, to protect consumers' interest by providing items of higher safety and quality at affordable prices. Next slide, please. That's all from me. Thank you.
Hello, hi, good evening. Right now we will explain more about the new element of NAP, NAP 2022. There are three categories, which is next generation vehicle, mobility as a service, industrial revolution. So for the next generation vehicle, they provide with energy efficient power swings, advanced driving capabilities, and connected vehicles. For mobility as a service, they provide the transportation that is consumed as a service, preparing for new ownership models. And for the last one, for industrial revolution, they provide the smarter and learner manufacturing businesses that are future proof. And the last one is competitive in global markets. Next.
So for EEV in Malaysia, first we got next generation EEV, which is NXEV. It's a vehicle that meets the definition of energy efficient vehicle classification and is enhanced with intelligence mobility application that have at least level 3 vehicle automation. Next is mobility as a service. Is a developing concept in which consumer and business shift away from the car ownership and towards service-based transportation. In this sense, MAS encompass multi-modal transportation mode, aggregation as well as on-demand mobility. The advantages of MAS, first is decreased cost per user, second, higher vehicle utilization, and lastly, decreased cost per user. And the benefit of the MAS for organization is it's the transport alternative, reduce risk for the fleets, and lastly, increase the utilization of fleets assets. So that's all from me.
That's all from us. Thank you very much.